Hello and welcome to Learn with Hema's class. My dear students, today we are going to do a poem named Haunted Houses written by H.W. Longfellow, and this poems you will find in grade 10 ICSE board. Haunted Houses written by H.W. Longfellow is a very complicated poem, not easy to understand. Many people think it's quite easy, but yes, you need a lot of understanding, implied meaning to understand what is the actual scene behind or actual theme behind this poem. So the actual theme which we find over here, that haunted houses usually comes, the word when we listen haunted houses, the notion that comes to our mind is that ghosts. And ghosts, when the word ghosts come to our mind, it's like, oh, ghosts are disturbing, ghosts actually harm people, ghosts are actually after people, people run away from ghosts, they go for various solutions to find solutions for the ghosts. But it is totally opposite what Longfellow have shown over here. It tells us, the message that we get over here, that the loved ones, our loved ones who are very near and dear to our heart, in fact, they are so near and dear to us that even after their death, they remain with us in our thoughts and memories. And their presence doesn't diminish even after a long they are gone from this physical plane. So this is the actual message which the poet over here tries to give us. So it's very comforting when we come to know that the ghosts which are mentioned in this poem are not at all menacing, not at all sinful. So let's start quickly. All houses wherein men have lived and died are haunted houses. Through the open doors the harmless phantoms on their errands glide, with feet that make no sound upon the floors. Now all houses where men have once lived and died, they all are said to be haunted houses. Not only particular deserted houses where no one lives, only those houses are haunted. It's not like that. But normal, every house, the setting of this poem, you can say each and every house where people live and die, they grow, they die over there. So all the houses wherein people have lived once and have died, so these all houses can be said as haunted houses. Why? Because these dead people, the spirits of these dead people keep on visiting the houses where they used to live. And they come through the open doors. And these ghosts are what? These ghosts are harmless phantoms. The poet over here gives them the name harmless phantoms. And they are harmless phantoms on their errands glide. On their errands glide means just as when they were alive in the house, how they used to move about in the house doing different work. The same way, now they are dead, but their spirits are coming back to the house, visiting the houses, doing the same course, same errands. So that is why it is said, the harmless phantoms on their errands glide. They do the same work which they used to do when they were living, with feet that make no sound upon the floors. But this time the only difference in their work is they make no sound. The feet, they move in such a manner that no sound is made upon the floors with their movement. So all the houses are haunted, and all the houses where once men have lived and died, they all are said to be haunted. But these ghosts or these spirits which visit the houses are harmless phantoms. They are harmless phantoms. And what they are doing over here? They are on their errands. They do their work as regularly as they used to do when they were alive and without making any sound. Second stanza. We meet them at the doorway on the stair. Along the passages they come and go. Impalpable impressions on the air. A sense of something moving to and fro. Now we meet them at the doorway. Now these spirits keep visiting our houses where they used to live. So we meet them. See, now here the pronoun we is used. Please remember, we. We is a pronoun used for a living human being. We do not use we for spirits, ghosts. Okay. So this is very important. While explaining, I'll tell you what is the importance of this we. So it's a narrative poem basically. So we meet them at the doorway. At the doorway, that when we open the door, at that place we can meet them. Though we cannot see them, but we can meet them on the stairs. Of course, they move around on the stairs, along the passages. So whatever spaces are there in the house, wherever they can move about, they move about at all those places. Which three places it's mentioned over here? At the door, on the stairs, and along the passages. So if the questions ask, where can we find these ghosts in the house? Where can we meet them? So we can meet them at the doorway, on the stairs, and along the passages. So these places, they come and go. That is, they keep moving, they come and go. Impalpable impressions on the air. Impalpable impressions on the air means their existence is there, but we cannot feel their touch. We cannot, physically we cannot feel them. They are existing, but they are just like mist or just like the atmosphere. We cannot feel them, we cannot touch them. But yes, we have that gut, a sense is there, a memory is there which tells us that someone is there, some spirit is there. So impalpable impressions on the air, a sense of something moving to and fro. That is, they are just impalpable. Impalpable, that means not physically we cannot feel them. And they are impalpable impressions on the air. That means they are moving to and fro in the house. There is some sense, that is, but we cannot feel them. By touch we cannot feel them. That is what it is said over here. So the speaker over here says that these ghosts are nothing, but these are impressions on the air. These ghosts are nothing, but these are impressions on the air which we cannot touch, but yes, of course, we can feel their presence. There are more guests at table than the hosts invited. The illuminated hall is thronged with quite inoffensive ghosts, as silent as the pictures on the wall. Now there are more guests at the table than the hosts invited. The host, the owner who is living right now, presently in the house, the owner must have invited some guests. And the guests who are sitting at the table, they are not the only one. There are some more people, there are some more guests than which are invited. Of course, these ghosts are not invited, but still they are there. Why? Because it's their own house. They are still there at the table, and therefore it is said that there are more guests at the table. The ones which are invited, they are already there, but the uninvited one, the spirits, the harmless phantoms, they are also there at the table. In fact, it is said that there is a hall which is illuminated, the illuminated one, which is lightened one. Okay, dazzling bright. The lightened hall is thronged with quite inoffensive ghosts. Is thronged, is full of, quiet, that is silent, inoffensive, harmless ghosts. So as silent as the pictures on the wall. So these ghosts are directly compared. That is, this is a simile used over here. That these ghosts are compared to the pictures on the wall. So these ghosts are as silent. They do not make any noise. They are very, very quiet. Next. The stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. He but perceives what is, while unto me all that has been is visible and clear. Now this stanza is something very confusing, where many of the videos where I have seen that the explanation which was given over there, it is said that from this stanza we come to know that the speaker is a ghost. But my dear students, no, the speaker is not a ghost. The speaker is the poet himself. How? I will explain you. The forms I see, you can see the word I. I is a first person narrative. First person narrative, we have also used we in the previous paragraphs, which I have also said you that please remember that we part. So the stranger at my fireside. Now the poet must be in some house where there is the owner of the house, the stranger. He says that the stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. That is, I can see the forms, that is the phantoms. I can hear their sounds, the speaker says. The speaker says how he is connected with these spirits. Maybe he has those memories, the memories are so powerful that he is able to perceive them. The memories of the loved ones of the speaker is so powerful that the speaker can perceive them. That is why the speaker says over here that the stranger who is sitting at the fireside, at my fireside, cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. That is, this stranger cannot see the forms which I see, the phantoms which I see, nor whatever the phantoms talk. The stranger cannot hear them also. He can only see what is, while unto me all that has been is visible and clear. So he but perceives what is. What is means what is present, what is real, what is tangible. He can see only those things. Okay, he but perceives what is. That means what is in present. While unto me all that has been is visible and clear. But for me, whatever I see from the past also and from the present also. All that is visible and clear. That is all that has been. Matlab, which was there in the past also. Yani those people who were living once, but now they are dead. But I can see their forms. Okay, all that has been is visible and clear. Everything I can see them, everything is clear in front of me. He is saying like this. Now this part I will tell you. Over here, the speaker, now just listen carefully. The speaker in the poem says that the ghosts are visible and audible to the speaker, that is the poet. Okay, but not to the stranger sitting with the speaker by the fireplace. And this is perhaps suggestive of the fact that the speaker's memories, please listen carefully, this is perhaps suggestive of the fact that the speaker's memories of his or her loved ones who have died are so vivid and strong that they seem almost real to him or her. The stranger, probably the present occupant, you can say, of the house knows only about the present, whereas the speaker knows everything from the past to the present. Is that clear? Okay, if there is any question, you can still put a question in the comment box. We have no title deeds to house or lands. See, again we have come. Owners and occupants of earlier dates from graves forgotten stretch their dusty hands and hold in mortmain still their old estates. So we have no title deeds to house or lands. That means we do not own any ownership, though we may think that we own this house, but we may not have any title deeds. Nothing belongs to us, to house or lands. Because, why he says so? Because owners and occupants of earlier dates means the persons who once owned this house but who are dead now lying in their graves. Those owners and those occupants from graves forgotten, that means now they are in their graves, but from those graves they are stretching their dusty hands, soily hands, and hold in mortmain still their old estates. And hold in mortmain, that means they say to it that this is the house or the land is their permanent ownership, it is theirs. So mortmain is that. Mortmain means permanent ownership of land or property, you can say. And hold in mortmain, that is these dead people from their graves, they you can say declare that this houses is permanent. They are the permanent owner of these houses or these land. So that is why the narrator over here says, the poet over here says, we have no title deeds. That is, these houses, they are not in our name, because these houses belong to the original occupants of these houses who are no more, who are in their graves, but from their graves they are stretching their dusty hands to hold the ownership of their property or their estates. The spirit world around this world of sense floats like an atmosphere and everywhere, wafts through these earthly mists and vapors dense, a vital breath of more ethereal air. Now very beautiful it is said over here by H.W. Longfellow. What he says is the spirit world around this world of sense, that is world of reality. Around this world of reality there is a different world which is the spiritual world. Just like an atmosphere which we have around the earth, the same way the spiritual world is around this real world. And this spiritual world wafts through, floats through like an atmosphere everywhere around on the earth. It wafts through these earthly mists and vapors dense. You have mist and vapors. What are this mist? Mists are nothing but a cloud of tiny water droplets, and which are suspended in the air, right? So they are mists. How they, you cannot just make out what is the water droplet or what is the atmosphere. The same way we cannot make out which one is the spiritual world and which one is the atmospheric air. So they mix actually in such a manner, they bind in such a manner, and it assumes that it is a vital breath of more ethereal air, that is from the heavenly, from that spiritual world. It comes to us as if it is a breath of heavenly air, as if they are breathing, and that is the breath of heavenly air. So the spiritual world enters our earthly world in such a manner as if it is a breath of the heavenly air from the spiritual world. Our little lives are kept in equipoise by opposite attractions and desires, the struggle of the instinct that enjoys and the more noble instinct that aspires. Now, our little lives. Now, the ghost, leave the ghost one. Let us come to the real world. Our little lives. See, our pronoun our is used over here. Right? Our little lives. Little lives, why? Because it's a very short life. We, it's not very long, very, very long. It's a short life which we live over here. So, our little lives are kept in equipoise. Equipoise, that is balance. How our lives are balanced? By opposite attractions and desires. Everywhere it is the fact that opposites attract. Right? So, by opposite attractions and desires, our little life is balanced. What are the attractions? What are the desires? Attractions, that the worldly life which we want or which we want to live. This is the attraction. And what are the desires? The desires that we aim for something, we want for something. So, there is always a struggle of the instinct that enjoys. So, there is always a struggle of the instinct. Instinct means all these desires only. That we enjoy the basic things, that is the luxuries of our life, that is the house or car you can say, or jewelry you can say, or good clothes you can say, good food you can say, or the lavishness of the life which you have, the struggle of the instinct that enjoys. Instinct are very basic things that we enjoy. Okay, so this is the struggle. To get all these things we have to struggle. And the more noble instincts that aspires. And what are the more noble instincts? That is when one try to attain salvation or enter into the spiritual world, like by yoga or something. So there is always a struggle between these two. That is the instinct, the base instinct and the noble instinct. Base instincts are the luxurious things which we want, and noble instinct are a little higher when we have little higher aim in our life. Spiritual aims you can say, they are said to be as noble instincts. So these little lives are actually kept in balance. Our lives are very short, but they are balanced by these opposite attractions and desires. So what are these opposite attractions? These are nothing but our base instincts and the noble instincts. These perturbations, this perpetual jar of earthly wants and aspirations high, come from the influence of an unseen star, an undiscovered planet in our sky. Now, what are these perturbations? Perturbations are disturbances or agitations you can say. And this perpetual jar, perpetual is continuing, enduring forever. So, these disturbances are forever. What are these disturbances of? Why are they caused? They are caused because of earthly wants and aspirations high. We always keep on demanding. We always have desires. We always have the fear or anxieties because of these desires, because we just want to fulfill our desires, and if they are not fulfilled, then we have our anxieties and our fears, which leads to the disturbances and agitations, that is the perturbations. So these perturbations, this perpetual jar of earthly wants and aspirations high, come from the influence. Now these perturbations, that is these disturbances, are not earthly, though our wants are earthly, but these disturbances, they actually come from the influence of an unseen star, an undiscovered planet in our sky. That is, they are not the creations of human beings. These disturbances are not the creation of any human being, but instead they are shaped by some unknown forces from a remote planet in the universe. And as the moon from some dark gate of cloud throws over the sea a floating bridge of light, across whose trembling planks our fancies crowd into the realm of mystery and night. Now, as the moon from some dark gate of cloud. Now, moon in the sky, if the clouds are there, we won't be able to see the moon. But if the clouds are away, scattered away, the moon's light directly falls on the earth. Now, if it falls on an ocean, the ocean surface is always wavy, right? So, this light falls on this moon's light falls on this ocean, which is again floating, you can say. That is why it is used word floating bridge of light. Why? Because water is always floating, it's wavy. So, and as the moon from some dark gate of cloud, if the cloud had covered the moon, but now the clouds have moved aside, and therefore the moon's direct light falls on the earth. It throws the light. See, throws word is used. This is personification. The moon is said to throw the light over the sea. This is personification. And as the moon from some dark gate of cloud throws over the sea a floating bridge of light, across whose trembling planks. Why it is said trembling planks? Because the ocean is never still. It is always moving in waves, wavy type. So that is why it is said, this floating bridge of light, it is trembling. And from this trembling planks, that is this, the bridge of light which is there, our fancies crowd. What are these fancies? These fancies are nothing but the spirits, the phantoms. They crowd, that is they come, that is they travel. So it is only these ghosts, they can travel through this trembling plank into the realm of mystery and night. Into the realm of mystery and night, that is these, they travel, this bridge connects us, that is humans, to the spirits of our loved ones and who have gone long ago, into the realm of mystery and night. We never know about their world, but we cannot travel into their world, but yes, they will definitely travel into our world through this trembling plank. And this is trembling plank is what? Actually the bridge of light which has the moon has thrown on the sea, over the sea. That is why it is said to be a floating bridge of light as well. Last stanza. So from the world of spirits there descends a bridge of light connecting it with this, over whose unsteady floor that sways and bends wander our thoughts above the dark abyss. It's very important, this stanza, my dear children. This stanza clearly makes us understand that the speaker of this poem is not a ghost, not a phantom, but it's clear that it is a human being, and that the narrator himself, as it is a first person narrative, so it's the narrator himself, and that is H.W. Longfellow himself. So from the world of spirits there descends. So from the world of spirit there descends, that is the bridge of light that connects the world of spirits to the floating bridge created by the moonlight on the surface of the seas. Okay, and these spirits only they are able to cross this bridge. Okay, over whose unsteady flows, connecting it with this, over whose, that is the spirits that descends. Okay, on whose unsteady floor they sway, that sways and bends. So these are the spirits, only they are able to cross the bridge. Now here the last part, wonder our thoughts about the dark abyss. That is our thoughts, that is our memories float on the unsteady floor of this bridge. Okay, and that is about the dark abyss. That is about the dark abyss, that is about infinite. The memories of our loved ones keeps us connected to them. Whatever memories we have of our loved ones. So these memories keep us connected with them. Keep us make us remember them every now and then, because we are so much connected with them. Therefore we feel them, we feel connected with them even after they are gone, even after they are dead. So these memories keep our life going. These memories save us from falling into deep sorrow, because these memories, they are like dark abyss, the word which is used about the dark abyss. So wander our thought about the dark abyss. In this infinite, our memories wander. Okay, and these memories are of whom? These memories are of our loved ones whom we feel, and these memories only help us to remain out of sorrow. And the poem thus ends on a comforting and a reassuring note. The one theme which we can take over here is our memories is filled with our loved ones who are no more. One of the theme which we can say, or the secondly you can say that the reassuring presence of the spirits of our loved ones. What theme is the next one? The reassuring presence of the spirit of our loved ones. So that's all for today. I have already completed the poem explanation. I have also uploaded the question and answers of the same poem. Next, I'll come up with different topics of the same grade 10 ICSE, and grade 9 also I'll be going up. So stay tuned with Learn with Hema's channel, and if you are not a subscriber to my channel, just a kind request once again that please do subscribe to my channel and do comment if you like this is worth watching it or listening it. Thank you so much.